Just gonna do a quick overview of our process. Obviously we've already done our full decon wash, iron remove, clay bar, all that stuff. So this paint is clean and ready to go. This truck only has a couple 100 miles on it, so it's really clean already. We take some alcohol and we prep what we're getting ready to lay film on. That's just to make sure that there's no dirt, grease, anything like that left on the panel before we lay the film, to make sure that adhesive adheres properly and stays for the life of the film. Now we are using Steck. It's a 10-year film, so you gotta go through all the proper processes to make sure that it lasts 10 years. Now this is a really small piece, so it's not as imperative, but when you're doing larger pieces like fenders and hoods, anything that you could trap some dirt in, you want to try to keep it as close to the peel board as possible so you don't carry it through and pick up any kind of hair floating around or anything that could contaminate the film. So really you just kind of want to make sure everything's good and lined up. Then we can start squeegeeing it out. The cuts are pretty precise. Sometimes you gotta stretch. This one looks like it is good to go with no stretch. So we'll start squeegeeing. I'm overlapping about 50-50. Once you get it down and it's gonna stay down, you can kind of press a little harder, but you start off with a little bit lighter pressure just to make sure the film's not moving around on you. But ideally, once get it all down, this line will disappear into this body line and you won't even notice it. Once you make sure you get all the bubbles out and you have leftover moisture, we'll flush our edges with tack and get those to wrap in. All right, we got our tack solution here, which is a mixture of alcohol and water. That just helps the film adhere. We're gonna wrap this in towards the inner fender here. I'm gonna make sure you get all the moisture rounded over the edge. Just kind of work it down a little bit at a time. All right, then your front edge is wrapped. We're gonna go ahead and get going on the rest of this truck here. Once all the film is laid down, we look it over really good. We heat all the edges down. You wanna make sure that there's nothing popping up anywhere. Sometimes you let it set overnight, a finger might pop up somewhere, maybe on an edge or something. We'll heat it down really good, seal it off, and then once we're done with that, we'll ceramic coat everything, and it'll be easy to maintain for the customer.